What's up, space pirates? This is your Admiral, the certifiably suave Dr. Disaster, and it's rare that I see numbers on a screen that are as surprising as the ones I saw early this morning. The player count for Monster Hunter Wilds is unfreaking real.
What the hell am I looking at?
What you are looking at is, at the time of this recording, a max concurrent player count of 1,300,000 players, and we haven't even hit the peak gaming times for the weekend yet. This is well beyond what I thought the game was capable of. Just a few days ago, I speculated that they might be able to challenge the likes of Elden Ring, which capped out at 953,000 players concurrently, or Baldur's Gate 3, which hit 875,000 players, but Monster Hunter blew those numbers away. This goes to show how titanic this IP has become, and just how thirsty players are for a game which appears to give them some real escapism. Gamers are absolutely eating this shit up. And allow me just one moment here to be cheeky toward those people who have tried so hard to convince everyone that actually Avowed was a success. Look at Avowed's puny ass player count. Monster Hunter Wilds should really lend some perspective and some scale to show how weak Avowed's launch was.
You said it was a good size.
When a girl says it's a good size, it's a nice way of saying that it's small.
But all that cheekiness aside, just a few weeks ago, I analyzed the Capcom earnings call from earlier this month based on how much money they had made in their fiscal year at that point, which ends on March 31st, by the way. But based on what they had made thus far and what they were projecting to be at by the end of March, it was clear that Capcom was expecting to sell at least 7 million units of Monster Hunter in its first month. And based on the numbers that we are seeing so far, that number, that estimate of around 7 million, might be a bit conservative. It has been a long while since we've had a game where virtually everyone agrees that it is just good, pure escapism. This is the sort of thing that happens when a game is simply made for gamers.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Alright, me hearties, make sure that you smack the like button on this video in order to fend off the evil algorithm monster. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it already, and don't forget to follow me over on X, where my handle is Dr. Disaster 1. But anyhow, Monster Hunter Wilds is obviously a staggering success already. It is only the 8th game to ever hit over 1 million players concurrently on Steam. At least that is what I read earlier today. Like Black Myth Wukong before it, this is just a game that succeeds at least in part because it is just a game and not a vehicle for progressive political BS that people are so damn tired of these days. With all that said though, there is some apparent trouble in paradise. If you're Capcom, you are obviously going to be loving these numbers. They are making a lot of sales and they're making a lot of bank. But I would be remiss if I didn't report on this. The review score for Monster Hunter on Steam has not started off well at all. It is sitting, in fact, at a putrid, roughly 41% at the time of this recording, and as much as I'd like to report that things are all sunshine and rainbows with this game, clearly that isn't the case. According to the people reviewing it, and there are already over 11,000 reviews on this thing so far, so this isn't a fluke, but according to the reviewers, the biggest problem that the game is encountering is optimization problems on the PC. I imagine that it will run better on consoles, but who knows? It could be really disappointing. I'll be streaming the game this weekend on the PS5, so make sure to check that out. But on the PC here, there are definitely problems. Let's read the top reviews for the game. This one here says, "The game is absolutely amazing, but has the worst optimization I've ever seen. I understand that new games are becoming more demanding and people are expected to upgrade, but this is absurd. I'm aware this isn't the first instance of new games having poor performance on launch, because the same thing happened with Monster Hunter Worlds, but it feels inexcusable at this point. I am by no means saying the game is bad, but in its current state, you should probably consider waiting for a more stable release." And then this person here wrote simply, "This game is everything wrong with PC optimization in 2025. Capcom, please, auto-collect the bug reports that you spent over 5 minutes generating, I beg of thee. Manually emailing off bug reports is ancient tech. Looks like the game is getting confused when it's forcing full screen on widescreen monitors. The crash report kicks up upon going full screen, and then the game starts loading. Unfortunately, the game thinks it crashed, and after the crash tool has collected its log, the game closes itself even though it is now loading. Hopefully changing out of full screen fixes this. Yeah, that sounds frustrating as hell." But then this person here wrote, "How does a game manage to run perfectly fine in the open beta, and I receive an excellent rating score on the benchmark, but the actual product that costs actual money runs like absolute sludge? I have legit never encountered a game that wasn't at worst playable. I have never seen a game run this poorly while still looking this bad." You guys get the idea. The game itself sounds like it's a hell of a lot of fun, but the optimization, the way that it runs on PC, sounds like a bit of a nightmare for a lot of people. That being said, the fact that this game's player count just keeps on rising every time I refresh the Steam chart is a testament to how hungry players are for games like this. Simple games that don't try to preach, whose developers don't get caught up in political controversial shit. It's just good, pure escapism from people who haven't come out and told us that they hate us. Combine all of that with what is just a solid looking, fun game, and I guess it's just not a surprise that it's doing well. It's just that this is pretty insane. But I'm going to leave it there. What are your thoughts on the game? Do you plan to buy it? Or are you waiting for better optimization, or for a sale, or something like that? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.